Yo, what is good guys, and welcome back to our F1 Ultra Career Mode. This is part number 11, and today we're heading into the Chinese Grand Prix. And to be completely honest with you, we have actually done a lot of progress. As in your intro, we have brought a little bit of upgrades, and we've actually brought some reliability upgrades. And in championship standings, we have scored our first point for the team, and we're currently sitting P14. Ragnar still has a very good result from Australia, and there isn't really anything interesting in the standings. So we're gonna head into quali now, and yeah. Let's see what we can do.
Shanghai, China, for what I've no doubt is going to be a fantastic F1 qualifying session. So then, Ant, it's another Grand Prix weekend, another exciting qualifying session ahead of us. What are you going to be looking out for over the next few minutes?
The first question is going to be who can avoid making mistakes. There isn't much margin for error in qualifying, and you have to bear in mind that the track conditions may have changed since practice, particularly as we've had a few support races in the meantime. If the brake bias settings, for example, don't take this into account, it's extremely easy to lock up a front wheel and cause a flat spot. Just like that, your lap's ruined and you've wasted a set of tyres to boot.
So yeah, it is rather important that we don't do any crashes in F1 qualifying, because if we do, then we're practically just wasted a set of tyres. And to be fair, Shanghai isn't really a good track for me. As last time we did this track on F1 2018, the race did not go to plan whatsoever. We finished we DNF because we literally could not race, and eventually Shanghai does have a rather quick straight, to be fair, so eventually we can go up to 340 here in qualifying. Well, they only go 335, so yeah. But unfortunately, yeah, this is not what I wanted to do, and yep, we're in the wall. So yeah, and just as Crofty said in the qualifying, if you or Anthony, I don't know whoever said it, basically if you do a mistake, then your lap is gone. And yep, this lap is officially gone. I have no idea why I'm turning left. I'm not going into the pits. I could have boxed, but I think I want a delta, to be fair, for the next lap. So yeah, we're all going to be last, of course. But we do actually have another set of tyres, so we could eventually just do another lap. And to be completely honest, this lap was a lot better than the previous one we did. We're actually already 6 tenths up, so we were actually a lot quicker, to be fair, than what I expected. As we're going to round off the final corner and hopefully not do a mistake. And yeah, we do go a little bit deep, but we do manage to keep the car out of the wall. And yep, we didn't do any single mistake here. And eventually round up the final corner here, we're going to probably make it into Q2, to be fair. And yep, we do. We're a P8. And yep, Q1 was done and dusted. We were P9 with that lap, and Ragnar was in P14. So it was Grosjean, Ricardo, Kvyat, and both Williams out in Q1. So yeah, there wasn't really any surprise, to be fair, in Q1, but now we're into Q2, and I hope that I was going to be able to make it into Q3, because I knew this car had the pace, to be fair, as in practice I was pretty quick as usual for some reason. I don't know if it's me just being absolutely quick in practice on the soft tyre whenever I do the quali program, or like, I don't know. As Hamilton has on the benchmark with a 32.1, we're going to absolutely send it through that corner and go a little bit wide, and we do a 33.9, so we're about 1.8 seconds off, which isn't really great, to be fair. That definitely wouldn't be enough for us to make into Q3 I mean, because we were actually 15 by the end of the session, because everyone had actually improved and done an alright lap time. We were actually almost 7 tenths up, so we could make it into Q3, but like, I wasn't too sure, to be fair. If we could make it to Q3, this would be another great chance for points, to be fair, because if we made it to Q3 and started in the top 10, this would get some really good points for us, as Ragnar's already scored 8 points, and we have only scored 1, which really is not going to help us against our experienced teammate. But like, this is only our second year in our F1 career, so it's not like we're really going to finish anywhere, to be fair. I'm not saying we're going to beat Ragnar immediately, but like, you know, yeah. So eventually we are going around the final corner. We're almost a second up, to be fair, which is very, very good. And this will probably get us into Q3. And it does. We were P7. So yeah, we do actually have the pace to get into top 10s. So this is really good for us. And out in Q2 is Gasly, Hulkenberg. Ragnar unfortunately did not make it. Stroll and Magnussen in the Haas. So Haas do not have really good pace this weekend, which is concerning for them. And for Q3, I decided to only do 1 lap. Okay, well, I did actually do 2, but the first one was not great. And we were actually 2 seconds up on our second lap, so we could maybe qualify higher than P10. As we're going to round up the final corners, we do this corner perfectly fine, to be fair. Here, as I don't know what I'm doing, because why on earth am I going on the grass? Seriously, I literally lost a little bit of time. And this didn't really help me for the final corner, as we go very wide, but to be fair, that didn't really invalidate our lap. And we're actually going to qualify P7.
Nice job.
And with qualifying complete, Let's review our top three today. Leclerc, Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
So Charles Leclerc is going to take his second pole of the season just ahead of Max Verstappen. Both Mercedes are only P3 and P4, so they might not have that much pace, to be fair. And Vettel's only P6, so that is concerning for him. We're going to qualify best of the midfielders in P7 ahead of Perez. So yeah, hopefully we can convert this into a good point position.
Look at our starting grid for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Hamilton, Alexander Albon and Vettel, Lucky, Perez, Norris and Carlos Sainz, Gasly, Hülkenberg, Kimi Raikkonen and Stroll, Magnussen, Grosjean, Daniel Ricciardo and Daniel Kvyat. Russell and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So yeah, overall here we are. I did kind of interrupt Jeff when I paused the menu, but everyone in the top 10 is doing a soft, turn on soft, and everyone else behind the top 10 is doing a medium. So I really want to do a one stop, but I don't think that'll be possible because you start in the top 10, and you're gonna have to start on a soft here at Shanghai. So yeah. But we do have a race to get on with, and the 5 lights are going to be shining here at Shanghai, and it's lights out, and away we go for the Chinese Grand Prix, as I don't think I've had a good start, to be fair, as Perez is already trying to look down or inside, and Norris is also the same, but it's going to be 3 wide, as I tried to defend, but I hit Perez, I think, and well, I have no idea what just happened, but it looks like Norris has actually gone off the track. I think we have sent Norris off into the distance. I was like, okay, why are you going so slow here? And Perez, I think, has actually got damage from the collision, so we went 3 wide, and yeah, that has caused some chaos, as Norris is now to the back of the field, and Perez has severe wing damage. Our gearbox is really bad, to be fair, from 2 races, because we're gear shifting so much, so I might actually struggle, as I'm already struggling to keep with Albon, which is a bit concerning, to be fair, as I really want to stick with these guys so I can get away from the guys behind, but I'm really struggling already. The soft tires are already gone, man, I have no idea why. This corner especially, I lose a lot of time for some absolute reason, and I have no idea why. To be fair, yeah, I'm trying my best to stick with these guys, but there's already a train because Perez has wing damage, so everyone's trying to get past him. And Norris has already caught up to the field again, so he hasn't really had a bad start, to be fair. As yeah, I really am struggling, to be fair, to stick with the guys ahead. My gearbox is really worn, which is not going to help us whatsoever, to be fair. Sainz is already trying to put pressure on us, to be fair, but we're not going to let that slide, to be fair. Okay, how many times am I saying to be fair, This is kind of wild. I just said to be fair again 4 times. What the frick, bro? Okay, we are gonna break here for the final corner, and eventually, it does seem like the Charles Leclerc still is retaining the lead, and the top 6 are just gonna be in a DRS train. I'm trying my best to stick with it, but I am honestly struggling for pace already, mate. Yep, Albon's already gapped us by like 2 seconds. This is massively concerning, to be fair, as Sainz is going to try and overtake us. I am trying my best to defend, but I cannot really do anything, to be fair, as we're going to take the inside curve, but that curve really did not help us. We are going to try and make it down the inside, but Sainz is going to try and push us off. Okay, what is he doing? What the hell is Sainz doing, bro? Okay. Yep, we've got past. Oh dear me, I think I got hit by Hülkenberg, and yet Norris is retiring. I think he's already given up on lap 2, as Hülkenberg is going to try and make a move, and I was based on the medium. How's he already caught up? Oh, okay, this is actually getting... It's concerning how the medium runners have already caught up. Okay. Yep, Hülkenberg and Gasly are both down on the mediums, and I don't know why I paused the menu here, to be fair. So yeah, I am concerned, to be fair, about the 2 guys behind on mediums. I'm already struggling. Sainz, look how far Sainz already is. Why am I struggling so bad? I do not know, to be fair. There must be something wrong with the car, surely, to be fair. This lap, eventually, I do actually pay. Okay, well, in 2 laps, to be fair, and I was actually struggling already. I want to get a really good undercut, and I was hoping to do so, to be fair, until I have a look at my MFD. So we pitted for the hard tire. I actually had a look on the MFD, but we actually had wing damage from the collision. I have no idea when we got that, and I should have actually changed the front wing. Are you actually kidding me? I said to Auto, I thought my team would actually change the front wing. Okay, are you actually kidding me? So now I'm stuck with a damaged front wing, and these hard tires are probably not going to heat up for a very long time. It was only like 4 anyway, so I could not take these to the end. I'll probably have to do a 2-stop. But I wanted the hard tires, because I really want a better tire weight, to be fair. But we're now in last place, so yeah. But because I mentioned earlier that Sergio Perez actually had damage, yeah, he was actually still struggling. He had now dropped the last, and it was only lap 7, so we would actually make an overtake earlier than I expected, to be fair. I completely forgot Perez even had damage, to be fair. So, yeah, and eventually we are going to actually get past him if I can. Okay, I'm not going to try and send it, to be fair. That's a little bit too risky, but we are going to use the DRS to actually get past Perez. And, yeah, we're going to be using that to our advantage. And now we have gone past someone, which is pretty good. Okay, now we're up to P18. Kubica is a bit ahead, but we should be able to catch up to him in, like, no time, to be fair. Now, Perez will actually end up pitting, and most of the two-stoppers, so basically most people in the top 10 actually pitted, so yeah, we were now practically in net P10 if most people pit, to be fair, but we're already on old hard tires, and our wing damage was not really helping us, to be fair. I was barely catching up to Kubica, which really was not making me give a lot of hope, to be fair. He was on old mediums, but we were on old hards. So this was not fun whatsoever. I knew I had to pit again, but I really want to extend this stint to like lap 20 or something. Then we could maybe pit for medium. But like, if we got a safety car, this would massively help us, to be fair.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Okay, update on the car for you. Tyres are looking very nice. Shouldn't have to worry about the wear too much right now.
So yeah, the tyres are fine for now, according to Jet, but I can already feel the tyre wear, to be fair. And yeah, the wing damage is, yeah, not really helping us, to be fair. Our gearbox was already at 70%, so we're actually struggling pretty bad. But I knew we could eventually get past a couple of people. And yeah, eventually a couple laps later, we caught up to Kubica. Okay, well, it was only like 1 lap later. Oh my days, yeah. It's like 9 PM when I'm ending this, so I'm kind of tired. So yeah, eventually we are going to get the DRS, and we have a little bit of ERS, so we're eventually going to go 336 miles an hour. We're going to get past, okay, miles, not kilometers, I mean. Well, I'm not American, so yeah, we're going to get past Kubica, and okay, still on my inside. I don't know if I'm going to stay ahead of him for longer, to be fair, because he's going to have the DRS probably from here. But yeah, a couple of people who are doing the one stop have now pitted, and
P17 now.
Yeah.
P17, Russell's just ahead. Push for the position. Kubica behind. They're on old mediums.
So yeah, Ragnar's pit is now P11, so that is really good. If I can hold up these people behind, because I'm on old tires, this could actually help Raikkonen, so that's what I'm going to try and do. You know what, we're actually running P10 at some point, which is really good. As oh yeah, we're all going to go a little bit wide, to be fair, which isn't going to help us, to be fair. And yep, Gasly is going to try and get past us. Grosjean is probably also going to get past us, to be fair. I'm not really going to try and fight these guys, to be fair. Even though I am actually going to try and overtake Grosjean by going around the outside. Okay, well, I do not have the grip. I cannot do anything out with me and Grosjean almost bang wheels, to be fair. I do still have the inside line, however, and we're all going to touch. Me and Grosjean are going to collide, and I'm forced to cut the corner. So yeah, but we do have the DRS from Gasly, even though that is not really going to help us. Grosjean had a much better exit, so he's actually going to get past. I'm not going to really try and fight through this corner because, like, I suck at this corner. I'm going to do the same thing. You're trying to get past him, but I think he's going to, yep, he's going to squeeze me like Sainz said. Oh, okay, Grosjean, what is the point, bro? And, yep, Stroll has gone past. Okay, what is Stroll's doing Stroll things. Alright. So, yeah, I am actually struggling for grip, which is really concerning. I mean, we were already on these tires since like lap 4, so I can't really do much, but I'm probably going to have to pit soon, and it's actually a yellow flag. Sergio Perez retired, so after he had a pretty terrible lap on start, where he had wing damage, had no pace for the entire race, he's now just going to retire. So yeah, now we're already down to 18 drivers. I'm probably going to pit soon for a set of mediums in the coming laps, as I'm, oh my days, I cannot even keep this car on the road, bro. This is actually concerning. Kvyat is actually behind me, so he could actually get past me, you know. Yep, the tires are already at 40%. I'm really trying to stay ahead and stay in Stroll's slipstream, but I don't think I'm going to be in his DRS. Okay, I am 1,000 within his DRS. I don't think I'll be able to use it though. Because, yeah. The detection point is actually after the end of Sector 2. So, yeah, we're all going to... Okay, we're all going to go wide again and have a terrible exit. Kvyat, however, is just going to get past that. So yeah, we can't really do much. I'm not really going to fight anyone, to be fair, but we're actually going to come in at the end of this lap, and I did set the front wing change to yes, so now we should actually have pace if the front wing gets picked. So we're going to come in at the end of lap 17, and we're going to go into the pits and get some fresh medium tires on, which should hopefully help us, to be fair. So yeah, we're gonna go into the pits as we go a little bit wide and we. No, I thought we were gonna get a warning to be fair, and yep, here we are. We're in the pit lane again. Okay, I hope the team actually gives us a good stop to be fair, because this would really help us. We're probably gonna rejoin last to be fair. I don't really think we're gonna rejoin anywhere close. Kubica has a bit of a gap, but I don't think we're rejoining anywhere near him to be fair. So we're gonna be changing the front wing and putting on some fresh rubber. We're gonna have a little bit of a delayed stop, and yep, okay, here we are, 6.8 seconds stop. That was pretty good. So now we have a roughly about 10-second gap, I think, to Kubica now. Or it could be less, I'm not too sure, but I think we can get Kubica, maybe even Russell and Hulkenberg if we have enough laps. I think Hulkenberg actually has an issue, so this could make it a little bit easier.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available. Kubica is ahead of you. They're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 3 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 40.3.
Yeah, if Kubica's doing 100+ second lap times, we should definitely be quicker than him on this fresh medium. Our best lap time should not be a 39.4. We should be a lot quicker to be fair. And yeah, we should get past him. Oh my days, I don't know why. My controller keeps disconnecting, I swear, bro. I think that's what it's trying to do, to be fair. Which is really putting me off, to be fair, but I can't really do anything about it, so yeah. But we do eventually catch up to Kubica, like I said, and eventually I'm going to try and send it down the side of here, but I go on the grass, and oh, Kubica, it's okay. I don't think that was really a good move, to be fair. That was definitely not going to end well if I sent it a little bit more. So yeah, but luckily we do have the straight, so this should hopefully help us, even though, oh, okay, we got a little bit deep. So, right, we should be able to get past Kubica, yeah? And I think we are going to be able to be fair, because we have the ERS. Even though we don't have much ERS, we do actually have way more straight line speed compared to the Williams car. Williams honestly have a trash car this season, and we have the DRS now, so sorry, I had a little bit of a hiccup. We're all going to get past Kubica, and yeah, now we're not last anymore, so that is pretty good. So yeah, Jeff did like the move, and now unfortunately I really wanted to push so I could catch up to Russell, because I knew I had the pace to catch up to Russell. We were on way fresher rubber than him, and yeah, we were almost like 2 seconds quicker than him, so hopefully we could get past him. But I paused my menu because my controller tried to disconnect, but unfortunately for us, we're going to go onto the grass, lose half our front wing. I tried to rejoin the track, but unfortunately we go into the gravel because we spin, so yeah. We have completely ruined our race again, because I decided for some absolute reason to pause my controller. I mean, my controller was actually going to disconnect. I was going to say pause my controller. So now we have a damaged front wing. Oh dear me, this is not good. Yeah. I cannot honestly turn the car whatsoever. This really has been a terrible race. We're all going to have to pit again. So we're going to be doing 3 stops this race. Are you actually kidding me? Oh my god, are you kidding me? I want to forget about this race actually, man. Honestly, bro. This has been such a bad race, to be fair. We started P7 and now we're P18. What on earth has happened? I have no idea, mate. Well, yeah, for a 3rd time this race, we're going to have to come into the pace. Oh, are you actually kidding me, bro? We actually have also got lapped, so we have to do 1 less lap now. Oh, my days, bro. I knew... I am actually so angry. Are you kidding me, bro? What has this race done, bro? I could have just retired way earlier in the race just to save the engine, but I, for some reason, didn't want to do that. So now we're going to rejoin... just about 1 lap and like 20 seconds down to the leader, so that is not great. So we're actually ahead of Sainz, and I think that's what, I don't know which Mercedes that is, one of Mercedes who actually is a lap ahead of us.
Last place, Kubica is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 21.3 seconds. They're on old hards. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. 5 laps till the end.
So yeah, we do have 5 laps till the end. Well, we actually have 4 because we're gonna finish the race on lap 27. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I have no idea what on earth this race has become. Seriously, bro. To be fair, I would have actually wanted to finish a lot higher, to be fair. After that lap 1 incident, I want to recover and finish a lot higher, but that is not gonna happen. We have 42 seconds, or 41 now, behind Kubica, so there is no chance we're gonna catch up to him unless it's somehow a safety car. But we would be lapped anyway, which wouldn't help. Right. Now, you guys can actually see it's actually raining. I was gonna do a fast lap and try and improve my best lap time, but I think I was a little bit too late because it started raining as I said that. So, yeah. I mean, I didn't seem to be struggling, to be fair, but honestly, I could tell the grip was gonna start fading away slowly. So, yeah. The race was getting worse. It was actually, I mean, when I checked the beginning, like, how the weather was gonna be, it did say it was actually gonna rain, so yeah. Oh my god, I completely screwed this corner over. The rain is really not helping, to be fair. Alright, so yeah, we're probably gonna have to pit for... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I actually ended up losing a gear. I don't know when. I lost 5th gear, and I have no idea when, to be fair. I didn't even realize. That just shows how bad my gearbox is. I did put a gearbox upgrade. I thought the gearbox would last a lot longer, but I don't think it has. Yep, it is definitely raining, to be fair. I am gonna probably put the intermediates on or something, because I swear I cannot drive. Yeah. I am honestly drifting the car like I'm playing Tokyo Drift. I honestly have to actually box, to be fair. The rain is really getting bad. Yeah, the next lap I eventually boxed. Now, this was actually the final lap for the leaders, so I would practically not do much on this wet tire. I could have just stayed out, but I did not want to risk crashing, so we are eventually going to come out onto the wet tires now. Okay, the intermediates, I mean. We're going to come out just ahead of, just behind Raikkonen. As you can see, yep, Raikkonen is not going anywhere near the race line. Yep, so I am just going to get past Raikkonen. Yep, the AI are really struggling to even stick on a race line. So pitting for intermediates was maybe a good idea, just to make it a little bit easier for me. But I'm pretty bad in intermediate conditions. I would be pretty slow anyway. As yep, it does seem like that Charles Leclerc does have a decent lead over Max Verstappen. As you can see on the minimap, he's just saying onto the final stretch. Holy, my car is absolutely cooked me. I know these are fresh intermediate tires, but I am honestly struggling for grip whatsoever, bro, seriously. But yeah, eventually Charles Leclerc is just going to be rounding off the final few corners on struggling dry tires. I think he's really struggling, as yep, Magnussen ahead is also struggling. He is honestly not having a great, he's honestly had a great race though after what seemed like he didn't have any pace. Yep, he's now in P6, so and yeah, Charles Leclerc is going to come onto the checkered flag to take his 2nd win of the season as I hit Magnussen. And Max Verstappen is going to take a podium for Red Bull just ahead of Lewis Hamilton, I think. I don't know if that's Lewis Hamilton or Valtteri Bottas, I'm not too sure. But he's just ahead of Sebastian Vettel and Albon. Now, because Xbox only allows me to record 10-minute clips, I did have to pause and eventually restart the clip again. So yes, as I was saying, Sainz is going to finish P6, which will be a great result for McLaren, just ahead. Wait, no. Is he actually... No, yeah, he is going to be P6. So yeah, he's going to finish P6, just ahead of the Mercedes. And we're going to round off the final corner to finish a rather disappointing P18. Oh my god, I cannot believe it, man.
Over. Take care of the car on the way in.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Well, I certainly didn't have any complaints with Kevin Magnussen's performance today. Incredible driving.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari take the lead at the top of the table. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
So yeah, Charles Leclerc is going to take his first ever Grand Prix win, just ahead of Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, and Carlos Sainz was actually P5. Okay, what even happened to Albon? It doesn't even say he's classified. I don't know if something happened. Valtteri is going to finish P6 after he actually had to do a 2-stop. Just ahead of Magnussen. Raikkonen gets some good points for the team ahead of Grosjean, who gets his first point, and Gasly gets another point for Toro Rosso. So yeah, Stroll will unfortunately miss out on his first points of the season. Just ahead of Ricardo, Hulkenberg, who had an issue, Kvyat, Russell, who pitted actually for intermediates, Kubica, Albon was a lap down. I have no idea what happened to him. I don't know if he retired on the last lap or just did something wrong. And yeah, we're gonna finish P18. We had to do 4 stops. I have no idea what even happened. My god, I am not happy about this race, to be fair. I don't think the team are gonna like this, to be fair. We started P7 and we're P18. Unlapped. I was hoping we were gonna get some good points. Raikkonen is gonna get even more points. So yeah, Perez and Norris did DNF. So Hamilton leads the championship just ahead of Leclerc, Vettel, Verstappen gets past Bottas, and Sainz has a good weekend. And he's still ahead of Magnussen, Perez. Raikkonen gets the good points, just ahead of Ricardo, Norris, Albon, Grosjean, Gasly, myself, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Kvyat, and both Williams. Constructors-wise, Ferrari do take the lead after Mercedes' poor weekend, and Alfa Romeo has a racing point after their poor weekend, and same with us. So, yeah. This has been a rather chaotic race, to say the least. I really want to finish in the points, though. This really got on my nerves. But to be fair, I can't really complain. It was a pretty bad idea for me on lap 1 to absolutely send it. I think I got wing damage from maybe that. Who knows? But yeah, I am going to end the video here now. So I'll see you all next time. So goodbye.